Good afternoon, students. Welcome to our next lecture of English. Today, we will begin with lesson number 2 of third unit. Name of the lesson is Jungle Safari. Name of the lesson is Jungle Safari. Okay. Yesterday, students, we have learned about the sounds that some of animals and birds make. Today, we will learn something more about animals. So, we will begin with third unit, lesson number 2, Jungle Safari. Children, we all know that animals are domestic animals and wild animals. Animals are of two kinds. They are domestic animals and wild animals. Domestic animals are the animals which we can find anywhere. Domestic animals which are kept at home are called as pet animal. And the second is wild animals. Wild animals are found in jungle, national park, or zoo. Where can we find wild animals? Wild animals can be found in jungle, zoo, or national park. Wild animals kept in a zoo are kept in a cage. In a zoo, wild animals are kept in a cage so that they don't harm anyone. We sometimes go to the zoo to see wild animals so that they don't harm anyone. They are kept in a cage. Wild animals are also found in jungle or forest where they roam. Wild animals are also found in national park. Students, what is a national park? National park is an area set aside by the government for the preservation of the natural environment. Here, the wild animals also roam as they roam in jungles. Okay? In a zoo, wild animals are kept in a cage. But in national park, wild animals roam just as they roam in jungles. Okay? So this is the basic information about animals. There are two kinds of animals, students. They are domestic animals and wild animals. Domestic animals which are kept at home are called as pet animals. Domestic animals which are kept at home are called as pet animals. And animals which are found in jungle, national park, or zoo are called as wild animals. In a zoo, wild animals are kept in a cage. Why? Because they should not harm anyone. There are so many people who go to a zoo to see the wild animals so that wild animals don't harm anyone. They are kept in a cage. Wild animals can also be seen in jungle and national park. In national park, wild animals roam as they roam in jungles. Okay, they are not kept in cage over there. Students, today we are going to learn about some animals and their names, and we are also going to learn about jungle safari. we are also going to learn about jungle safari. Students, what is the meaning of jungle safari? A jungle safari is a trip in the jungle to look for animals in their natural habitat or environment. Okay, a jungle safari is a trip in the jungle to look for animals in their natural habitat or environment. We all go to the zoo to see animals, but they are kept in a cage. But here in jungle safari, animals roam just like that. Okay, we are allowed to watch the animals from a distance. And how we can watch them, students? We can go there in a car, jeep, or van. Okay, can you see in the picture? Some people are watching a tiger. They are traveling in a jeep. Okay, but many times wild animals do attack people. So nowadays, jungle safari is done by covered vehicles. People who want to watch the wild animals in jungle safari, they have to travel in covered vehicles so that the wild animals don't attack them. So students, meaning of jungle safari is a trip. A trip in the jungle to look for the animals in their natural habitat. Habitat means natural environment. How they live in the natural environment, we can see them if we go on a jungle safari. Today, we are going to learn about some of the animals that can be seen in a jungle safari. We will also learn their names. The first animal that you can see on the picture is of a deer. All open your textbook. Second lesson, jungle safari. You can see the first animal is a deer. Students, a deer is an animal which runs very fast. Deer is an animal which runs very fast. Male deers have antlers. Students, can you see here? These are called as antlers. Okay. The thing that I have circled are called as antlers. And what do deers eat? Deers eat plants, leaves. Deer is a fast running animal. Male deers have antlers. And what do deers eat? Deers eat plants and leaves. The second animal is elephant. Second animal is elephant. Some children may have taken a ride on an elephant, isn't it? Elephants are the world's largest land animal. Elephants are the world's largest land animal. They also have large ears, tusks made of ivory, and they have long trunk. Okay, can you see? Elephant has big ears, and you can see this white thing is called as tusk. It is made of ivory. Many ornaments are also made of this tusk. Elephant is the largest land animal. Next animal is monkey. Monkey mostly live on trees. Monkeys mostly live on trees. And what do they eat? They eat leaves, nuts, and insects. Monkeys are known for They are running and jumping through trees with ease. They can run and jump from one tree to the other very easily. Monkeys mostly live on trees, though we can see monkeys sometimes on land also. The next animal is bear. The next animal is bear. This animal has a lot of fur on its body. This animal has lot of fur on its body. Students, this animal is very much familiar with all the children because many of the soft toys can be seen which are made like teddy bears. So this animal has lot of fur on its body. And what does this animal eat? It eats roots, berries, fish, and mostly they like honey. This is a familiar animal because most of the soft toys are made like teddy bears. And what do this animal eat? It eats roots, berries, fish, and mostly they like honey. Now we will learn something about insect. This is a picture of an ant. When an ant bites, students, our skin becomes red, isn't it? So this is a picture of an ant. This is a housefly. It is found where there is untidiness, where there is dirt. So whenever we can see this insect here and there, we find of different ways of removing this insect from a place. The name of this insect is house fly. Next insect is honey bee. The name of this insect is honey bee. Honey bee live in honeycomb. The home of honeybees is called as honeycombs. Honeybees take nectar and pollen from flowers and carry them to the honeycomb. Students, have you seen a honeybee sometimes? When its sting enters our skin, we feel the pain and the full area becomes swollen, isn't it? So honeybee sting is very painful. How do honeybee collect honey, students? They take nectar and pollen from flowers and carry them to the honey comb, and there they keep the honey. Honeybees turn the nectar into honey, which we all like. After taking the nectar from the flower, students, they turn the nectar into honey, which we all like. And where do they keep the honey? They keep the honey in the honeycomb. See, in the picture you can see it is a honeycomb. Next animal is next animal is camel. This is a picture of camel. Camel has one or two bumps on its back. This part is called as bump. Okay. Camel has one or two bumps on its back. Camels can be seen in desert area. Camel can be seen in desert area. because they can live by drinking very less water also, and desert area don't get too much rainfall, so camels can survive in this area. Camels can be found in the desert area because they can live by drinking less water also. Camels are used for transportation also in the desert area. Camels are also used for transportation in desert area. The next animal is tortoise. Next animal is tortoise. Tortoise moves very slow. Children, in the story of Hare and the Tortoise, we have learned how a tortoise moves. So tortoise is an animal which moves very slow. Tortoise is considered as a lucky charm by many people. Tortoise is considered as a lucky charm by many people, and it is also kept as a pet by many people. It is also kept as a pet by many people. Next animal is snake. We are all familiar with this animal. It is actually a reptile, students. It is a very dangerous reptile. Whenever we see it, we run away. Why? Because when it bites, people may die even. Okay. Snakes are of different types and they are found anywhere in jungles, in farms, in land also. Snakes like to drink milk. The next bird that we are going to see is peacock. We have all seen this bird sometimes or the other in zoo, in national park. We have seen this bird, students. It has very beautiful feathers. This bird has very beautiful feathers. And before it rains, this bird dances with joy. Before it rains, the bird comes to know that it is going to rain now. So it dances with joy. And it is the national bird of India. It is the national bird of India. Students, we all know that peacock has beautiful feathers, but there is also white peacock. This is a picture of a white peacock. Even white peacock looks beautiful. The next animal is squirrel. It looks somewhat like a rat. Its face looks somewhat like a rat, but it is not a rat, students. It is called as a squirrel. It lives on trees. And what does this animal eat? It eats fruits, nuts, and seeds. It eats fruits, nuts, and seeds. It looks like a rat, but it is not a rat, and it has a very thick tail. It has a very thick tail. Next animal is rabbit. Students, we have already learned about this animal in the lesson, Who Are You? In that lesson, we have learned about a smart white rabbit. So, in this lesson also, Jungle Safari, we are learning about this animal called as rabbit. Rabbit is a very active animal. It is also kept as a pet by some people. Its favorite food is carrot, but it also eats cabbage, leafy vegetables, and tomatoes. Its favorite food is carrot, but it also eats cabbage, leafy vegetables, and tomatoes. The next animal is tiger. This animal is mostly found in the zoo. This is a flesh-eating animal. The name of this animal is tiger. This is a picture of an wild animal called as lion. It is also a flesh-eating animal and it is also a very dangerous animal. This animal can also be found mostly in the zoo. So students, this was a brief introduction of all the animals that can be found in jungle safari. We will make a small review of what we have learned today. Students, today we learned about the second lesson of third unit. The name of the lesson is Jungle Safari. In this lesson, we have learned that animals are of two kinds. They are domestic animals and wild animals. Animals are of two kinds. One is domestic animals and the other is wild animals. Domestic animals that are kept at home are called as pet animals. Some of them are dog, cat, rabbit, tortoise, and wild animals can be found in jungle, zoo, or national park. Some of the wild animals are lion, tiger, elephant, fox. Domestic animals which are kept at home are called as pet animals. Wild animals can be seen in jungle, zoo, or national park. Wild animals which we can see in the zoo are kept in a cage. Why? Because they should not harm anyone. There are so many people who go to a zoo to watch the wild animals, but wild animals can attack or harm anyone. So they are kept in a cage. Wild animals can be also found in jungle. Wild animals can be found in national park also, where they can roam in the same way as in the jungles. What is a national park, students? National park is a area that is set aside by the government for the preservation of natural environment. National park, students, it is not actually a jungle. It is an area that is kept aside by the government for taking care of the wild animals. Today we have learned about jungle safari and the animals and birds and insects that can be seen on a jungle safari. What is a jungle safari, students? A jungle safari is a trip in the jungle to look for animals in their natural habitat or environment. A jungle safari is a trip in the jungle to look for animals in their natural habitat or environment. Students, in a zoo, animals are kept in a cage, but in a jungle safari, we can see the animals roaming, but we are allowed to see them from a distance. Okay? And how we can see them? We can travel there by a jeep, car, or a covered vehicle. Sometimes These wild animals also attack many people. So nowadays, jungle safari is done on a covered vehicle so that the wild animals do not attack human beings. So jungle safari is done by a covered vehicle. So what is the meaning of jungle safari, students? Jungle safari is a trip. Trip means we go to see animals in the zoo, but in the zoo, animals are kept in a cage. But in a jungle safari, we can see animals roaming like they roam in the jungle, but we can see them from a distance. We can travel there by car, jeep, but on a safer side so that animals should not attack us. Nowadays, jungle safari is done by a covered vehicle. You all can see in the picture, this vehicle is covered. Today in this lesson, we are going to learn about jungle safari, the different animals that can be seen in a jungle safari, and we also learn about their names. The first animal is deer. Deer is a very fast running animal. Deer is a very fast running animal. I have marked in blue. It has two antlers, and male deers have these antlers. Deers eat plants and leaves. What do deers eat? They eat plants and leaves. The spelling of deer is D-E-E-R, deer. Next animal is elephant. Elephant is the world's largest land animal. Elephant is the world's largest land animal. They are also known for their large ears. You can see in the picture, elephant has large ears. It has also two tusks that are made of ivory, and it has a long trunk. It also has a long trunk. See, I have marked in blue, that is called as tusk. They are made of ivory, and many ornaments are also made out of this tusk. Next animal is monkey. Monkeys are mostly found on trees, but we can also find them on land. And what do monkeys eat? They eat leaves, nuts, and insects. Monkeys eat leaves, nuts, and insects. They are known for their fast running and jumping through trees with ease. That means that monkeys can run and jump from one tree to another very fast and very easily. Monkeys can run from one tree to another very fast and very easily. Next animal is bear. This is a very familiar animal. Why? Because many soft toys are made like bears. For example, teddy bears. Bears have lot of fur on their body. Bears have lot of fur on their body. They eat roots, berries, fish, but they like honey the most. Bears eat roots, berries, fish, but mostly they like honey. Now we will learn something about insects. Insects also can be seen on a jungle safari, students. The name of this insect is ant. Ant lives everywhere. Ant lives everywhere. We can see ant hills also somewhere, isn't it? So whenever an ant bites us, our skin becomes red and it pains also. This is a picture of an insect called as housefly. A housefly can also be seen wherever there is dirt and wherever there is untidiness, we can see this insect. We see of different ways of removing this insect. The name of this insect is house fly. The next insect is honey bee. The name itself says honey bee. Honey bee live in honeycomb. The home of honeybees is called as honeycomb. Honey bees take nectar and pollen from flowers and carry them to the honeycomb. How do honey bees make honey, students? Honey bees collect nectar. Can you see in the picture? Honey bee is sitting on a flower. It is collecting nectar from the flowers. Honey bees take this nectar to the honeycomb. There they convert it or there they turn it into honey. Okay. Honeybees take nectar from the flowers and they turn it into honey, which we all like to eat. Honeybee also has a sting. When that sting enters our skin, it is very painful and the whole part of that skin becomes red and swollen. Next animal is camel. This animal is mostly found in the desert. Why this animal is mostly found in the desert, students? Because deserts have very less rainfall. Deserts receive very less rainfall and these animals can live by drinking less water also. So these animals are found in desert. Why these animals are found in desert? Because these animals can live by drinking less water also, and deserts have very less rainfall, so camels are found in the desert area. Camels have one or two bumps on their back. See, I have marked in blue, that is called as a, okay. Camels are used for transportation in the desert areas. Camels are used for transportation in the desert area. Next animal is tortoise. This animal moves very slow. This animal moves very slow. Tortoise is considered as a lucky charm by many people and is kept as pet by many people. Tortoise is considered as a lucky charm by many people and is kept as a pet by many people. This is a picture of a reptile. It is a very dangerous reptile. Snakes are found anywhere like jungles, farms, on land also. And there are different types of snakes. The favorite food of snake is milk. This is a very beautiful bird. This is also the national bird of India. It has beautiful feathers. Before it starts raining, this bird dances with joy. It is very joyful before it starts raining, so it begins to dance. It is also called as the national bird of India. It has beautiful feathers. But students, we can also see a white peacock. This peacock also looks very beautiful with its white feathers. Next animal is squirrel. This animal looks somewhat like a rat. Its face looks somewhat like a rat, but students, it is not a rat. The name of this animal is squirrel. It lives on trees. What does this animal eat? It eats fruits, nuts, and seeds. It eats fruits, nuts, and seeds. This is a picture of an animal called as rabbit. This is a very active animal. Its favorite food is carrot, but it also eats cabbage, tomatoes, and leafy vegetables. It is also kept as a pet by many people. Rabbit is also kept as a pet by many people. This is a very dangerous wild animal. The name of this animal is tiger. This is a flesh-eating animal. This is a flesh-eating animal. And the last animal on the picture is lion. This is also a very dangerous wild animal. The name of this animal is lion. The name of this animal is lion. This is also a flesh-eating animal. This is also a flesh-eating animals. Sorry, it is also a flesh-eating animal. Its name is lion. And what its spelling, students? It is Lion, lion. Lion, lion. Students, now we are familiar with the animals that we can see on a jungle safari. Now we will read their spellings. This is a tiger. Its spelling is Tiger, tiger. Tiger, tiger. Rabbit, Rabbit, rabbit. Rabbit, rabbit. Squirrel, Squirrel, squirrel. Squirrel, squirrel. Peacock, Peacock, peacock. 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 Snake, Snake, snake. Snake, snake. Tortoise, Tortoise, tortoise. Tortoise, tortoise. Camel, Camel, camel. Camel, camel. Honey bee, Honey, honey, Bee, honey, honey bee. House fly, house, fly. House, house fly. Ant, A-N, A-N-T, ant, A-N-T, ant. Bear, B-E-A-R, bear, B-E-A-R, bear. Monkey, M-O-N-K-E-Y, monkey, M-O-N-K-E-Y, monkey. Elephant, E-L-E-P-H-A-N-T, elephant, E-L-E-P-H-A-N-T, elephant. Deer, D-double-E-R, deer. D-double-E-R, deer. So students, this was some of the information about the wild animals that we can see on a jungle safari. Students, now it is time that we get back to our chat box.